Hey, John Little here. We're back at it again. You think a day's gone by, but no, it hasn't. We just finished row 5. We're going on to row 6, right? 6, 7, and 8. Yep. Community puzzle project. Here we are again. Again, anybody's stumbled across it, check us out. What we have is people around the world are putting a puzzle together. I take a painting and I cut it up into pieces, virtually, mind you, and they end up painting it. This particular puzzle is this one, and that is what I broke into little 2x3, roughly 2x3 inch pieces, and this is what they gave me. Well, that's a little more than they gave me. We have to pick our colors. There we go. And now we are on row 5, which is this one. Are we in row 6? We're on 6, right? We're on 6. Row 6, first piece right there. Now, the wood's a little off from what we've been doing, but tonality looks good. A little glare, not much, not a big deal. What can we do with that color though? Can we shift that color a little bit? Let's take a look at, let's try the hue on that one. And that looks like that's going to work for us. I'm thinking about like that. And it doesn't really affect the book too badly either. I'll go with that. So that guy and that guy get married. Boing. Next one. Should be that guy. Yep. And that really looks pretty good. Got a little bit of a glare on it. Let's just see. Yeah. Let's go ahead and deglare that, as it were, using the polarizing filter, again, that you can use on a camera, but after the fact, you can do it in what used to be a dark room. Oh, that takes me back. I spent hours in dark rooms to get the perfect photograph. You guys spend hours doing one painting. I did the same thing on a photograph. I tell you now, digital, boy, I tell you. Kids nowadays, I mean, this thing, what we just did here, it would take me like 4 or 5 prints. You know, I have to actually develop them, process them, wait. Literally an hour a print. And it comes down and you go, oh, not quite right. Oh, that looks good. Who did that? Oh, I did. All right, next one. Oh, wait. They wouldn't bring it over yet. But that really looks... How does that look good already? I didn't bring that over. Oh, that's here. Oh, we haven't exported it. Okay. Let's pay attention to what we're doing. It really looks good there. So now we need to put it here, 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 which is there, which is there. But that really looks good. Flip that over there like, yay, yep. Still looks good. That's a marvelous piece. Okay, got next to him, what do we got? Doesn't look really too bad. Color-wise, we look good. Photographed, a little bit of glare. Why we're here, what the heck, right? So I started off in black and white photography. Spent, literally days in the darkroom. Then did color. And I was one of the only guys, I used to have to do some processing for a fire department when they had to do investigation, and they would take pictures literally in the dark. And the negative literally had very little information. And they said I was one of the only people that could pull that information out for them and use it in a court case. That looks pretty good. That's interesting how that's done. Well, and what do we got? It's a little warm. We might be able to take that warmness away. I think we do that over in Photoshop. That looks pretty good here, though. So that was my job for the longest time. That was some fun. Not that one. Guy next to him. That one. The things we learn. But see, I'm still using that same skill even with the painting that we're doing. Now see, I used to work in what's called cyan, magenta, yellow, black, and white. And I've been doing a little research, and supposedly we can make any color we want with those colors. And it's really not the primary colors that we've all known to love and trust. I don't want that one. So, needless to say, me being that type of person, I'm gonna play with that. I think a little blue, what do you think? A little, about like that. Let's see. Might be too much. Bring that back up a bit, like half that. See, it's affecting the road on that same row, and I like that. I'll go with that one. And brightness really didn't do anything, so it can just slide in there anyway, so it won't matter. Yeah, that looks good. So, that's something I want to play with. It's just working with cyan, magenta, yellow, black, and white. So I've got my paints to play with that. And we're getting caught up on all our workload. And I guess we're going to use a filter polarizer on that on the top. So maybe I'll entertain you guys with that, if anybody cares. If anybody wants to know what that's all about, oh, that's not bad. That's clean that guy up pretty good. We'll go with that. He looks a little warm too. Where Ginger, she can give you any color. You pick a color, you show her a color, she can make it. That's pretty good. And she just does it. And she just does it just because she's been doing it so long. Where, see, you know, you've noticed I can look at a color and I can say, well, I know what I need to counter it. Because that's what I used to have to do. You know, we'd print something that comes out too blue, you know, you have to counter that. Now that's, what do you think? It's a tad warm, but it's not bad. It's a greenish warm. I'm not really opposed to it. That's what was there. So we did pick up a little bit more warmth by removing the glare. But it's not bad. And the whole book's there. I'm going to go with it. That's a keeper. So which one do we want? We want that one. Oops. Want that. Turn that one off. Okay. Not that it matters because it's behind it. Guy next to him. I can't match any of the colors that are really, so I'm going to go with it. I mean, it's not overly glary or anything. Let's go with that. The guy next to him, though, we're going to have to give him a little special attention. I'm going to try to shift that over, that color. First thing I want to do is see if he's got any glare on him. Doesn't look like it. A little bit. Probably wouldn't hurt to bounce up the contrast a little bit. So we'll give them that treatment. You don't have to give it a full. That looks pretty good right there. This is interesting how two people came up with the grays. Now, like I said in one of the previous videos, I think I found a better program to take the lower quality images and I can get a higher quality out of them than what you guys got. We're learning. Hey, like I said, this is the first one. You guys did magnificent with it. Yeah, I think we can shift that. Don't you think so? We remember what we did to the guy before it? It'll come back to us. I think we did a hue. Let's try a hue on them. That changes, not that. Well, I always did a brightness. Where's hue? This one. And we know green's down this way. We're trying to get it closer to the guy on top. Look at that purple that's in there, though. So I've got to go all the way to there to get that purplish color that's in there. We're going to leave the purple. I think that might be a little much on the one side, but bring it back just a touch. Gonna have to compromise between the three pieces. Let's go there, take a look at it. That to that. That's not bad. We'll go with that. Okay, guy next to him is really dead on. It's got glare. Let's get rid of the glare. This is a piece of ginger paint, but this is not ginger. Ginger didn't paint this, but this is the one she used in her sample. Because I remember the nail. She stuck the nail in there. She didn't know what it was. She goes, I have no idea what this is. I'm going to put it in now. Ah, funny gal. Oh, look at that. That helped. Okay. Well, we really buzzed through this row so far. So we might get a twofer on this. How much time we spent on it? 12 minutes, you betcha. Now let's go over to our neighbor. Should be this one right here, yep. I thought this row would be a fairly easy row. That does not look bad. It doesn't look bad at all. And the guy next to him. All right, see what, remember what we did up here? I'm gonna do the same thing to this wood. Let's just take a quick look at it. It really doesn't have a glare and it's not very big, so we're gonna leave it. And I'm just gonna paint over it, just like we did the other one. Because that'll at least get it closer. Because this is good. I mean, so let's do it. You don't mind, do you? You guys are here anyways. What are you gonna do? There. There. So remember how we did that. This is the last piece here, right? Yep. So what we have to do is we're gonna add a layer. The layer's gotta be above them. Let's go a little bit bigger. And I'm gonna show you another way to paint this, because this is a straight piece, fairly straight. So what you can do is you can mask the area that you're going to paint in. So if I do this, it's going to affect a little bit in the top there, but it shouldn't matter because that's black. So when I paint with my official paintbrush, which is this one, I can go outside the lines. See? Now it's going to bother the guy below me, but it's not going to be merged with that layer, so he won't be seen. Now they just made it blue, which is not going to do us any good because we needed green and that was already white. So what we're going to do is just remove that. Boink, boink. So what we need is a green. And the green we want is that green. So what I did is I took the eyedropper and told it that's the color I wanted. So now, let's see, I gotta do this so I don't. And we may just build it up. See, again, we're glazing it. Just like you do when Ginger tells you to glaze something, this is all you're doing. You put on light washes, and you may have to put on 3 or 4 of them to get to the color you want. You see, I don't want to go too far because I don't want to lose the tonality that's under there. All right, so I'm going to probably stick with that. Let's go ahead and back it all the way back out. We're going to hide our marching ants, and that looks better, right? Let's take it off and back on. See? Now, in theory, we could go back and clean up those guys. So let's do this. Let's blow this back up. 1, 2, 3, 4. That might be a little much. Back on 1. Now what we can do is staying on that top layer. Let's get rid of the selection that we had. You can't see it, it's gone now. We're going to take an eraser and let's use the brush tool for eraser. Where's my eraser? There he is. There you go. So we can keep these guys that were a little bit brighter. All right? Let's see you do that with your acrylic paints, huh? Yeah, ah. There you go. And that little guy right over here, what the heck? Now, we do that. Now it looks pretty good, right? Take that off, back on. Now if you look at it, that's what I painted. That's all you see. Pretty cool. So let's merge those two guys together. I'm happy with that. There we go. That row is done. Even with the paint job, did it in 17 minutes. All right, we're up to number 7. Let's take a quick look at it and see if we can bang this one out in under 10 minutes. Looking fast, looking fast. This is going to be a little longer than 10. You guys want to hang on for this one? Next one's going to be a longer one. All right, let's just go for it. Come on, we can do it. We're in it. We're in this together. All right, that is going to need well, let's start off with polarizer for sure. And then we're probably going to use the hue on it. I'm thinking hue will shift it. See, what hue does is just change the entire colors that you're using. Well, here, we have a hue here, but we're not. Okay, let's do the polarizer first, see what happens. That's not really doing too much, except darkening the black. It helps a little bit, we'll do that. But let's go ahead, we'll turn hue on. Wait a minute, well, hue is different? No. So hue, I have to do hue in a different filter. So it can be done separately. And we want to go to neutral. Hue's not doing anything. All right, forget that one. We're gonna go back. We're gonna do hue on the other side where we know is we've been doing it, it's working. So why do we have to reinvent the wheel, people? All right, back we go. Turn it off. All right, get over. Okay, so now what we want to do is adjustment with hue, which is that guy, and we know we think we want to go this way. Oh, he does have a couple different colors in there, doesn't he? I'm just exaggerating both ways just to see what's in there. And I'm not going to get it, am I? Does not look like it. That is neutral. Okay, so what we can do is you can control them independently. We have a blue. That's really a cyan. Let's try the cyan first. See if we can change the cyan's color. What do you think? I don't know. I'm not getting to a brownish. I'm not getting to a mustard. I'm not getting to a green. I'm not getting anything. All right, let's sit that for a second. Now let's go over, what was the other guy? He was a red. See, that kind of neutralized them together. Let's turn it off for a second. And that's what we had. And that's what I'm proposing. You have to look at the guy above it, not to anybody below it. Oh, tough decision. I really like the colors in that one, even though it doesn't match anything. That's closer to matching everything, but... So as the artist on your project, what do you think of that? I'm taking over, people. Let's think here. Yes or no? Yes or no? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take this guy, I'm going to duplicate it. And I'm going to take this guy and put them together. And you guys can let me know. Because if you don't like it, I can go back to that. Because I kept it. Let's see you do that with your acrylics. So there's something to be said for digital, in reality. But I personally, I'm finding it very hard to paint like Ginger does in digital. I've been trying, but if you look at Ginger's paintings up close and personal, and you actually look at the brush stroke, there is literally 5, 6 different colors in that one brush stroke. And I have not been, you can double load a digital brush. You can use 2 colors, but you can't use 5. And that's exactly what she does, because when she's painting, she does not clean her brush unless she's going to a compliment. That looks pretty good. And so, how do you duplicate that? I'm hard pressed to figure that one out at the moment. But that looks pretty good. Yeah, I think we'll just bring that one over. I think we'll call it good. This one? Yep. You can't really appreciate her paintings unless you see them up close and personal. There's only so much I can do through a camera. That's a nice looking piece. Look how it matches the book. Look at that. That's just so cool. I mean, you guys, pat yourself on the back. All right, next guy. Oh, yeah. This is the one we had to fix over there, so wait before we do anything. Oh, man. What can I do over here? Because we had to distort it to get it to work. Okay. What do we have for filters over there? What else we got? They have photo filters. Do they have a polarizer over here? No, see? That's a very special technique that other program does. Shoot. I don't want that one. What do I want? What do I want to do with that? Oh. Let's try hue. Let's just play with hue for a little bit and just see if hue will do anything for us. not that way. Not that way, no. It's not even affecting that. What is that gray color down there? What is that color? It's a gray, and it's not even, well, see, it's a neutral gray, so it won't affect it. If it's gray, you can't affect that. See how I cannot affect that gray? I can't do anything with that. Throw that one out. We're going to leave it. No, that's all we can do. We're going to leave it. All right, next guy. What we got here? This looks like it's got a little bit of glare. Might be able to clean that up a little bit. Oh yeah, got a lot of glare. I know that's the hardest thing people have when they're photographing their artwork. And it literally took me 3 years to figure out how to figure it out. I just sat around and thought about it for a while, and I got, wait a minute. This goes back to my photography days. Does that look better? Well, it looks better. I lost our detail up in there, though. Do we have an HDR filter in this? Yes, we do. Now see, that can bring some things back, but it might bring back too much of the glare. Let us go with just the highlights. Keep the shadows down. So I wanted to pick up the detail that was in that. There, highlights. Pull them back, there we go. Turn that off. Yep. So that gave me just a little bit more detail in there. I'll take that. So, we got one more row to go, guys. And the project is done. But really, you have done your part. Next thing we have to do, when we're finally done with this, and you guys all agree on which one you want on the certificate. I'm going to make up a dummy certificate, I hope for Monday, which it is now Monday. So we can show you what we're looking at, and we'll have a printout of the two paintings. The one that you guys did, and then the one I'm creating now. And then you guys can just figure out what you want to do. And it won't hurt my feelings if you don't want to use mine. I'm personally just enjoying this to see what it takes. You guys have a little bit better understanding of what it takes to when you're actually painting them. So we're hoping if you want to participate in this again, I think we desaturate that, we'll have some, that you'll have a better understanding of what you want to do. Pull it back just a little bit. What do you think? Not quite that much. It's a little, it's not so slapping in your face color. I like that. I'll go with that. Because remember, this is your project. I just came up with an idea. And I said, what if? What if we tried to do this? Could it even be done? Well, you guys proved it can be done, and by golly, you came darn close with a lot of the lineups. And that is impressive. Because you didn't know who was around you. You had no idea what other pieces people were doing. You didn't even know what you were looking at. You look at this, what do you think you're looking at? You have no clue. All I asked you to do was paint what you saw. And you did. So how can anybody be at fault? Where are we at? Which one? That one? Yes. Well, that's looking not too bad. I'll take that. Guy next to him. He could probably be punched up a little bit, but he looked pretty good. Doesn't really have glare on him. Nope. So what he had to do is, let's just play with the levels on it real quick and just see if we can just brighten them a little bit. And levels, pretty flat. Let's see if we go with this guy. There, see, we didn't get any white to about to there. So that helped. Look at this. Turn it off, turn it on. Turn it off, turn it on. See, again, it's all about contrast. I'll take it. That's a good one. Guy next to him, if we just shift the color, and I bet we're just gonna have to do it like we did the other one. That one and this one. I am thinking, we gotta go up here and fix this guy. Don't let me forget that. What do you think? Well, I'm thinking, I better get on the right piece for one. Let's add a layer. Let's blow it up a couple. And well, we really need to block it out. I don't know. We have this color. Let's just see what that color does for us. Not a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like 4, 2. If we tone it down just a little bit, just get a little bit of the cast of the greenish color, I think will be good enough. And I just stayed away from the brown. I think that'll work. Oopsie. Undo that one. And undo that one. I think we can go with that. Let's turn it off for a second. On, off, yeah. Turn it on, merge it with the guy below. Now that affected him. Interesting, I didn't think it would do that. So we're going to turn that guy off. And what we're going to do, I'm going to show you another trick. I'm going to go like this. And then I'm going to say selection inverse. And then I'm going to say I'm going to erase. Now what that has done is everything outside of where I am, all this out here, I can erase. And it's only going to, it won't affect anything but this. Because again, it's still on that one layer, it's only a layer, so I can go anywhere else and it won't affect anything. Here we go. D that, that. There we go. As simple as that. Okay, guy next to him. Looks like we just need to do a little contrast, which would be the polarizer on that guy. Yep. We'll just punch him up a little bit with, you know, I bet he just needs levels. Let's just go back with levels on that, because it didn't have a lot of glare on it, so let's just give that guy a little bit of level treatment, and I think we'll be good. Okay, I'm going to get this thing, there we go, just starting to show up there. Have to go a little, you know, let's go with the black now. Let's bring the darks down. Yeah, everybody next to him, he hasn't moved yet. He hasn't, there it goes, finally. Sheesh. All right, off, on. I think we can go with that. At least for the first shot. Now it might need a little desaturation to tone him down a little bit. It's a little rambunctious over there. Not quite that much. Turn that off. On. Off. I think we'll go with that. Put those guys together. There we go. All right, I finished that row. 35 minutes, not bad. Guys, we're on the last one. No, okay. When I first come back, you got to remind me, do this here, right here, that white spot. All right, for those that have tuned in a little late, we are doing the community puzzle project, John's color corrections to your fine artistic skills. Just fine touches that I would do as a photographer. All right, everybody, we'll catch you one more, and project is done. Later.